Okay, I'm back to doing another documentary. This time, it is about the Welch to Hazelton EF3 tornado. So let's get right to it. So this EF3 tornado would initially touch down by 1:58 p.m. in game, in which the tornado would start off as a relatively weak tornado southeast of Funkley, in which a tornado would go the usual northeasterly path. The tornado would then strengthen heavily to a massive tornado, in which it would have winds excessive of EF3 to EF5 type intensity. The tornado would hit Welchel. However, Welchel was absolutely flattened. The tornado would then would also hit some numerous homes near Hazelton. However, the tornado would already dissipate by 10:25 p.m. in game, in which this damaging tornado killed 2, injured 8 others, while traveling a path length of 2.54 miles and was 1.05 miles wide, which at the time was definitely on my list of one of the widest tornadoes I have ever chased by far. However, it was most certainly not, at this time, the widest tornado I have ever chased, in which at one point used to go to my Hazelton to Gemmo to Andrewsa EF3 tornado, which is currently one of my longest tracked tornadoes at this time, in which until it would eventually later on be beaten by an EF3 tornado be travel for 12.03 miles. In which, talking about my next tornado, there is another specific tornado I want to talk about, and that tornado is none other than if I can find it here, because it's going to take a bit. Well, guess I'm going to have to do separately, because of the fact that, it's not the easiest to find what I'm looking for. But this time, I'm now talking about what is known as the Hiram de Sneed EF4 tornado. This EF4 tornado was no ordinary EF4. So let's get right to it. So the tornado would touch down initially by 5:26 p.m. in game, in which it'd be southwest of Nateville and southwest of Hiram, in which the tornado would start out relatively weak and narrow. The tornado, in the other hand, would stay narrow. It would start to show signs of intensifying to becoming violent. Once it reached Hiram, it would destroy the town entirely, in which at this point the tornado was extremely narrow. It would then grow a little bit and then shrink a bit, but would then grow again. The tornado would keep going, in which unfortunately it would hit Sneed, causing some form of damage. However, fortunately, after leaving Sneed, it would fortunately cause not much of damage. And the tornado would dissipate by 11:30 p.m. in-game, which overall, this tornado would peak to be an EF4 tornado with estimated wind speeds of 170 miles an hour, traveling for 5.43 miles and was 1,068 feet wide, killing 4, injuring 12. However, this is definitely nowhere near concerning in terms of tornadoes. And that would be none other than my longest tracked tornado at this time, which is known as my Welp Hazelton EF3. Well, it technically would have been the Welp Hazelton EF3, but it occurred mostly in rural areas. The tornado would be seen initially impacting north of Welch, which the town or the small community would be in the wind field. The tornado would go a northern path. It would go northwest and back to northeast, causing EF3 damage. In which tornado would keep going north and then go northwest and then back to northeast, a northeastern direction. It would go off the map, causing no issues until 3:43 p.m. a.m. in game, I should say. Overall, the tornado would peak to be an would have max rating of EF3 with estimated wind speeds of 155 miles an hour and traveling for 12.02 miles and was 1,541 feet. Fortunately, no fatalities or injuries from this tornado would be confirmed. Overall, as of 1.20, this is my longest tracked tornado as of 2024 and in 1.20. Alright, well, I hope you all liked this video. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you liked the video, make sure, like I said, make sure you subscribe, like what I said on the previous video relating to the Hiram Mardina EF5, which if you have not checked that out, I highly advise you do check it out. And again, this is XX Nick118, XX, aka Nick118, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.